I have a full-time job. I'm a translator, and for the past year, I've been quietly trying to build a second life, one where I make a living from my art. This is what the year actually looked like. It was never really about the money. I mean, yes, I wanted to earn from it. That was part of it. But what I actually wanted was simpler than that. I wanted to live inside my art a little more. I'm a translator. I work with words all day. Other people's words, other people's meaning. And I'm not bad at it. I genuinely like my job. But when I paint, something shifts. Something warm opens up, like a feeling I didn't know I was waiting for. That warmth, that's what I wanted to build something around. Not quite everything overnight, just take it seriously, see what happens. So I did. I started a YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram. I opened a Fiverr account. I tried Etsy. I was trying to reach people beyond where I was. People who didn't speak my language, who didn't live near me, who'd I never cross paths with in my everyday life. A wider world. That's what I was reaching for. But here's something I didn't fully understand when I started. I'm Korean. I don't live where most of my audience does. I don't share their time zone, their culture, or their context. I don't have friends or people around me who do this kind of thing, who make content, who sell art online, who understand the algorithms and the platforms. You know that stereotype about Asian being good at math and studying? That overachiever, the academic, the one who always has a plan. That's generally what the people around me look like. Which meant when I was trying to figure out upload schedules or editing workflows or how to get noticed on these platforms, there was no one to ask. I was figuring it out completely alone. And the platforms knew it, I think. Those platforms, the exposure wasn't just there. I post something and it would sit in silence. Not because it was bad, but because the system wasn't built with me in mind. But I kept going. Because there were some moments that made it feel worth it. The first time someone left a comment on one of my videos, I remember just sitting there, reading it happily. Someone on the other side of the world had watched something I made, had felt something because of it, had taken the time to say so. That felt enormous. But then I look at the numbers, the subscribers that barely moved, the views that would spike a little and then flatten again. The weeks where I worked as hard as I could and the algorithm just didn't care. I upload constantly for a while and the life would get busy and the momentum I barely built would slip away. It was hard to stay steady when I was doing everything alone. And there was this specific kind of exhaustion that came with it. Not just physical tiredness, but the tiredness of trying hard at something and not being able to tell if it's working. I started to wonder, am I just not good enough? Is this not meant for me? Am I being naive? Those thoughts got loud sometimes. I put the word failed in the title of this video, and I meant it. The goals I set, I didn't hit them. The numbers weren't what I hoped. There were months that were really genuinely hard. So yes, by the metrics I started with, this was a failure. But the longer I sit with this year, the more complicated that word feels. Because something else happened too. I started to see myself more clearly. I learned what I'm actually like when things don't go the way I planned. What I reach for when I'm discouraged. What I'm willing to keep doing even when nobody's watching. And I started to understand the direction I actually want to go. Not just make money from art, but how? What kind of artist I want to be. What I want people to feel when they see my work. That clarity didn't exist a year ago, and it does now. It is sad that it didn't work the way I hoped. To be completely honest, yes. But nothing worth building happens all at once. And if something isn't working, that's not the end. That's just information. I can try something different, adjust it, and go again. I didn't fail and stop. I failed and learned which direction to walk. I also learned that building an audience across the culture gap is not a one-year project. It was never going to be. I learned that making art for yourself and making art for income are two completely different things, and that building the second one is slower and harder and lonelier than anyone really tells you. But here's the thing I keep coming back to. After all of it, the months that didn't go the way I planned, the platforms that didn't notice me, the days I questioned whether any of this made sense, I still wanted to paint. Not because it was working, but because something in me just needed to. And I think that tells me something important. I've been thinking a lot about what I actually want to make, not in terms of platforms or numbers or strategy, but the art itself. What I want is simple, honestly. It's not impressive art, not art that wins awards or goes viral or makes people say, "Wow, you're so skilled." I want to make art that makes you feel something. The kind of image you come back to on a hard day that sits with you quietly, that makes you feel, for just a moment, like someone out there understands. That's the only thing I've ever really wanted to make. And I realize now, that's not just a creative preference. That's my value. That's the direction I want to walk, no matter how long it takes to get there. The reach didn't come this year. The numbers didn't come as well. But the why, they got clearer than it's ever been. And I think that's worth more than a year of good metrics. I'm still here, still making things, still building this. The dream didn't go away. It just got more honest. I know now that this isn't going to happen fast. I know it's gonna take longer than I wanted, cost more than I expected, but I also know what I want. Not for the numbers, not to prove something. Because when I paint, something in me goes quiet in the best way. And I want to share that feeling with as many people as I can. That's the warm art I'm trying to make. Something that reaches you on a hard day. Something that makes you a little less alone. And if it takes years to get there, I think it's still worth going.